Hello, I'm Michelle Hutton and welcome to IQ. In this edition we hear from the sales manager.
I'm Peter Nissen. We look at a day in the life of a property engineer.
The launch of AMP's Beyond 2000 Science Awards.
But first, meet our new superannuation manager, Mr. Ian Wedding.
Ian, welcome to Queensland branch.
Thank you, Chair.
Now, Ian, you're well travelled, aren't you? You don't originally come from Queensland.
No, I've spent all my AMP career in Sydney. I joined the AMP 23 years ago as a clerk in the office, right. And I've spent all my time in New South Wales. This is my first trip interstate. I'm really delighted to have come to Queensland.
And what other areas have you worked in AMP?
Well, in the last 8 years, I've spent my time as a superannuation sales consultant for AMP, working with agents in New South Wales. And the objective of that work was to introduce new large superannuation clients into AMP through our reps, and so I've been doing that for the last 8 years. Prior to that, I spent my time in various clerical jobs throughout various departments in New South Wales.
Ian, last year there were some changes to the superannuation laws in Australia. Has that had an effect on your staff in Queensland branch?
Very much so. The changes to all the rules in superannuation has caused enormous pressures on our staff. There have been, since dating back to about 1985, very major changes in the way that superannuation plans have run, and this has caused pressures on all of our people, from our consultants who have to go out and advise the clients of the changes and suggest changes to their superannuation plans. And as our clients accept those changes, it means that we have to change our administration systems, our computer systems, all the trust deeds, all the administration people, everybody from the newest person in the superannuation division to the most senior people in the superannuation division are really working double time to keep pace with all the changes, and I don't think they've stopped yet.
The sales theme for this year is Challenge 87. We spoke to Tony Rickards about how the year has started out.
Hi, did you realise that since the start of 87 we've written 1,000 more proposals than this time in 1986? The new business department, I believe, have coped brilliantly with those extra proposals. We're currently 47% up in ordinary, 58% in personal superannuation, and over 200% in single premium. We've recruited 55 new agents. The divisional sales managers, together with the sales training and technical people and the superannuation consultants and their staff, have all moved in and settled in well at the DSO in Garden City. But let me warn you, I've been talking to the sales force, and they're going to have a magic year in 1987. Would you please do your bit so they can achieve their goal and have a record year this year?
You've seen them all around the building, fixing lights, making cabinets, installing all sorts of things. But what does the property engineering department really do? We sent one of our new reporters, John Lunny, to find the answers.
The Property Engineering Department provides skilled tradesmen to service and maintain AMP's buildings and centres throughout Brisbane. Terry McGowan, an electrician, works on many buildings.
Oh, well, we work on AMP Place and Camalco House here, and MacArthur Chambers and Watkins Place and Network House.
Great. And do you work on any shopping centres?
Yeah, we work on Centenary Shopping Centre and Woodridge Shopping Centre.
As well as attending to the day-to-day repairs and alterations, Terry also has a regular maintenance schedule provided by computer printout to ensure that all essential machinery is serviced regularly and runs smoothly.
I basically come in the morning, and if there's any faults that have to be fixed, we start on them, and the maintenance sheets which we regularly do, and any new jobs that have to be done around the building.
Electricians are not the only tradesmen in the department. Most services are covered.
We've got engineers in the control room, and electricians, fitters, plumb carpenters, and refrigeration mechanics, and a painter as well.
So throughout property engineering, you've got enough people to look after the whole buildings?
Basically, we look after everything except for the fire services and lifts as well.
Everyone around the building's been asking, why has property engineering changed from a blue uniform to a grey uniform?
The reason is that CQEB recommended that we use the cotton material in the grey uniforms because it's safer with fires and stuff like that, where the polyester was inflammable.
So we can expect to see the grey right throughout the building now?
I think so, yeah, all except for the painter doesn't have to wear them.
From the beginning of the year, the marketing division has had a new display stand. Michelle went to Capalaba Park Shopping Centre to get the in-depth story on the money tree.
A display or exhibition can be one of the most effective ways to make AMP products and services known and for our agents to meet prospective customers face to face. Agents will set up displays at all different locations depending upon their needs, what products they want to sell and what particular public they want to reach.
This one in particular is really good, I think, because it is more eye-catching. The ones we've had in the past at odd centres haven't been as eye-catching, plus the fact we're in an area where there are other organisations that are involved. In this case it's the Brighter Spectacular, and that's a connection we have with, you know, people are going to, we feel, need insurance in that area, and they'd be more interested and more inclined to come and see us.
Displays of this kind have proven to be very successful for agents, not only to help reinforce our advertising and promotions, but also to obtain sales.
Well, I think our stand particularly successful because it catches the eye, it's nicely made up, it's colourful. The biggest problem is getting the people to walk past the stand and come and talk to us, but we're managing that too.
With so many different displays and exhibitions, AMP will continue putting today in touch with tomorrow. The 1987 AMP's Beyond 2000 Science Awards were launched at the Brisbane Planetarium recently by our special guest, Carmel Travers, from the Beyond 2000 show. Jenny Cornwell found her feeding ducks in the Botanical Gardens.
The Brisbane Planetarium provided the science scenario, and Beyond 2000 presenter Carmel Travers a touch of television when the Beyond 2000 Science Awards were launched in Queensland in March. Presenters Royce Perkins and Michelle Hutton kicked off the Science Spectacular when they invited official guests to take to the lectern.
Why are we involved in such a project? The answer is really quite simple. AMP is part of Australia's history. We've been here since 1849, and we plan to be here well beyond 2000 because we believe Australia has a great future. I hope very much that this year's expanded awards will give every young Queenslander the opportunity to invent their way to the USA.
That was branch manager Phil Twyman. And then Beyond 2000's Carmel Travers told us the competition was...
But it's capturing the imagination of kids, encouraging them to go forth and be inventive. A 17-year-old kid today will be about 30 in the year 2000. They'll be our captains of industry beyond 2000. And it's important, I think, that we make this gesture to encourage them to say that we value their imagination and we value their ideas.
Guests later mingled in the Mount Cootha Planetarium Tea Gardens. We then managed to pry Carmel Travers from the arms of the press. Carmel, what do you think about the AMP Beyond 2000 Science Award?
Well, I feel quite committed to it myself. It's funny because we live a strange life being on the road a lot, and we actually have very little to do with kids. I mean, we're moving around. I don't have any children. And in a sense, I think it's an opportunity for all of us to establish contact with the kids of Australia. The school-age children and teenagers are very much our most loyal audience. They're our most important audience. So Beyond 2000, therefore, seemed like an appropriate program to be reaching out to these kids and saying, you know, that you are our most precious resource in this country, and your ideas will dictate what a future Australia is going to be like.
LSD, PAD, TSD. There does seem to be a lot of abbreviated words within AMP. Most of us cope with this easily. But when a department changes its name, Mike Hamper finds himself, well, fairly confused.
ASD, Agency Support Department. ASD. Hey Lorraine, I'm looking for ASD.
Yes, Mike, you found it.
No, this is SID.
No, it's not SID, it's ASD. We changed the name of the department.
Why did you do that?
Well, Mike, one of the main reasons was the fact that we no longer provide information as such. That's now done by the Reps Inquiry Group. We basically provide support for the agents, the agency managers and the sales executive. So we felt the name agency support was far more appropriate to describe those functions.
The property department were given a challenge recently when they were asked to put 2 Comalco signs on top of the Blue Tower. I went to rather dizzy heights for this report. For years it has been known as the Blue Tower, but really 12 Creek Street is Comalco Place. Only small letters were above the 2 revolving doors identifying the building until 14 very large letters were ordered for the top of the tower. But how did they get the letters to the top? The goods lift was far too small and the window cleaning cradle was too slow and a crane too expensive. The decision was made to fly them up by helicopter.
A number of methods were studied, but finally it was decided the most feasible way was to fly them up in groups of 3 letters at a time by a helicopter from a neighbouring car park at the base of Riverside here.
I hope it wasn't a windy day.
It certainly wasn't at 6:30 on a Sunday morning, where most spectators decided to watch from the adjoining Bronze Tower, being the probably the safest position.
Good move, I'd say.
Yes, I was standing right there, I'd have to agree, as there were some breathtaking moments as the helicopter dropped the letters onto the slab we're now standing upon, and itself was hovering within a metre or 2 of the parapet to which now the letters are affixed. So you can appreciate the potential danger if there was more than a gentle breeze.
Next edition we look at the Ampson Mobile Home on the Gold Coast.
We will update the Beyond 2000 competition.
And have a report from the manager on the year to date. I'm Michelle Hutton.
I'm Peter Nissen. See you next time.